Hey guys, what's up? Sermo11 here, and the Avatar franchise has been one of my favorite franchises out there, with two great shows with Avatar The Last Airbender to Legend of Korra. The only logical idea was to keep expanding the world with more content. This led to the creation of Avatar Studios. After Avatar and Legend of Korra gained popularity on Netflix, Nickelodeon reached out to the creators of Avatar to expand the IP for Nickelodeon, Paramount Plus, and other platforms. On paper, this all sounded like a great idea. Avatar is a world with lore that is already expanded into comics and novels. With many years of the timeline not covered and so many directions to take the franchise, this could become Nickelodeon's Star Wars. But this was all back in 2021 when Avatar Studios was announced, and in my opinion, they don't have much to show for it. This video idea came to me back in 2023, and now the year is 2025, and I still don't think Avatar Studios has done much. So with the announcement of Avatar Studios, it was also announced that there would be an Avatar movie. That's awesome. It'll be cool to see the characters older, but wait, that was 2021. Where's the movie? Well, this movie has gotten delayed at least 2 or 3 times at this point. It is supposedly coming out in 2026 now. What is going on with this film to where it needs to be delayed so much? We don't even know what this movie is supposed to look like. The only potential image of the film was leaked online years ago. I always feel like this image looked a little weird. Sure, the characters look like themselves, but it almost doesn't look like Avatar. This movie is being made by a studio called Flying Bark, but recently Studio Mir, who worked on Legend of Korra, is helping out with the film for some reason. It's also been rumored that the second film will be about Zuko and the third film will be about Korra. Moving on to the mobile games, for some reason they keep putting out mobile games. Listen, I like mobile games. I'm not going to hate on mobile games here. My issue here is that they keep putting out bad mobile games. Avatar Generations was an RPG mobile game where players could pull Avatar characters from throughout the franchise and play a story with them. I didn't really like it. It didn't really look the best. The characters had different voices for some reason. I deleted the app. Now they've made a mobile game called Avatar Realms Collide, which is a game where you're managing cities. The views on ads for this game have been low. It looks terrible too. I can't really see this game doing well. I just don't know what's going on. Why is the budget for these games so low? Wasn't Avatar a franchise they were trying to build up? Why are they just putting games out there with nothing to go alongside them? In my opinion, if they wanted to market these games, they should have put out a movie or a show and then promote the mobile games. It's like they expect these games to stand on their own. Avatar Generations got shut down and Avatar Realms Collide isn't doing good views-wise. I think it's dead on arrival. My idea for a good Avatar video game is for them to work with the people who made Genshin Impact or games similar to that, create a unique world with original Avatar characters that players can explore and use bending with. Players should be able to pull characters of all 4 elements, non-benders, and people who use sub-bending. Characters from the show, comics, and novels can be included. I think that's money right there. People want action, they want adventure, they want to feel like they're in the show. There was one console release in recent years known as Avatar Quest for Balance, which appeared to be a bad video game. Instead of being action-based, it was puzzle-based, and the game has gone on sale for a cheap price. That's never a good sign. I really don't get why games based on cartoons have to be low quality. Moving on to the podcast, Avatar Braving the Elements. In June 2021, a podcast was announced starring the voice actress for Korra and the voice actor for Zuko, in which they would go through the first season of Avatar episode by episode and break it down. This sounds like a great idea. I was down to watch this podcast, and I watched some of it, but they didn't make it easy. I watch podcasts on YouTube. For some reason, some companies and people still think a podcast has to be on iTunes or something. A fan uploaded the episodes to YouTube and I watched them there, but they got taken down, so clearly Nickelodeon wants you on iTunes and Spotify. I thought this was odd because in the trailers for the podcast, they had videos of the podcast. It was not just audio, yet audio was what was uploaded. I believe with the second or third season of the podcast, it was finally uploaded to YouTube, but it was just a little too late. The views are kind of low on the podcast. I found the podcast to be professional in the sense of it feels like the company is involved and just maybe it went too in depth with things. I remember they had sound effects and such from the cartoon. I also see in later episodes they brought fans on for some reason. It might be cool for those people, but I don't really want to see fans on a podcast. I was just bored watching the podcast. I've watched it here and there. I like when they talk with the creators of Avatar and when they're talking to the old cast members, but I haven't watched that much since the first few episodes. I suppose this works with the last topic, but the voice actors have been recasted for the movie and they announced new cast members for the film. I'm not going to get too deep into this. I like the voice cast for the original show, and I'm sure some of them can do adult voices for their characters. I do understand that today is more about voice actors matching the character, but I feel like they could have kept the original cast and started using this policy for future shows and films with brand new characters. I also feel like it can be jarring when two people share a character and the voice just doesn't match. For example, I don't like the cast getting old voices in The Legend of Korra. Sure, they are older now, but not everyone's voice changes that much. Look at some animes, some characters keep the same voice for various times in their life. I also find it interesting that the voice actors are used to market the franchise, but they don't want them returning for the movie. Two voice actors are doing the podcast. They've had a lot of people from the original show on the podcast. They have voice actors playing a tabletop game, and a voice actress was asked to promote the Avatar Realms Collide mobile game. They also follow the voice actors on social media on the main Avatar Legends account, and I think they might have shouted some of them out on their birthdays, but don't quote me on that one. I think at this point they might as well make their own reactions to the episodes with the voice actors. That would be cool content for the channel. As I mentioned before, I had this video idea back in 2023, and there was a lack of Avatar news back then, but now I'd say it's mostly not that different. Avatar: The Last Airbender has been renamed to Avatar Legends for the overall franchise name, and now a new series is coming focusing on a new Avatar. This series was apparently leaked online, which I think is a horrible thing to do, to throw people's hard work out there like that. I thought it was weird that the movie and the show were both announced. I personally think one should have came out first and then they start talking about the next. There really isn't a lot of Avatar news, and for a lot of the information that comes out, you have to go searching for it. There's a YouTube channel that I frequently watch that covers Avatar news, but I feel like it shouldn't be up to the fans to push this information out there. What's going on here? Why am I getting more news from the fans than I'm getting from Nickelodeon, Paramount Plus, the official Avatar accounts, the Avatar podcast? More content was leaked, and apparently there's an Airbender series coming. There's going to be 3 movies. There's going to be some content with a Firebender. There was also rumors of an Avatar preschool series. And by the way, did you know Avatar Studios, this new studio that was created that has not put out any content, has already faced layoffs, aka people got fired. People got fired before anything came out from this studio. With how slow the Avatar news has been, and the fact that the movie keeps getting pushed back, it almost seems like they just started working on Avatar Studios and just started working on the movie. To sum things up, I think Avatar Studios needs to get things together. It just feels disjointed. What is going on here? What is being worked on? Why are there no visuals for the movie that have been released? Why does the movie keep getting pushed back? Why was a new series announced before the movie even came out? I have a lot of questions. I feel like their video game output has been quite bad. Since the announcement of the studio, there have been 3 video games and all have seemingly been bad. A AAA Avatar experience was announced showing a firebender on the image, but we don't know much about that game. Another thing announced too early. That seems to be a theme with Avatar Studios. They seemingly have all this content, but nothing to show for it. Treat Avatar better. If you want this to become Nickelodeon's Star Wars, then do better. Make a game like Genshin Impact with Avatar characters, or make a fighting game like Street Fighter or Super Smash Bros. If you want to do slice of life so badly, copy Animal Crossing. Stop doing low quality mobile games. Stop doing low quality console games. Who are these games even for? I brought this up before, but did you know Avatar had novels and comics? It feels like they're barely promoted. I don't know why. The Avatar comic is pretty good. They recently put out the comic for free, and they will be putting out the Legend of Korra comic for free. I haven't read the novels, but there have been novels focused on avatars from the show for years now. Do something with that. Maybe adapt some of these into TV shows. They've said they don't want to do this, but hey, they're not doing so hot right now, it seems, and maybe they don't really know what kind of content people want. The Avatar franchise has the potential to have a great and long-lasting future, but with how it's currently being managed, I wonder if that bright future is starting to dim. Anyways, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching. If you like my content and want to see more, be sure to subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and like me on Facebook. The links are below. I'm Surmo11. See you next time, and peace out.